Hare Krishna everyone. Hope you had a lovely day. Welcome to Soma Vedic Astrology channel. It is almost the end of the year 2024. 2025 will arrive in couple of days and I hope that 2025 brings wisdom, abundance and prosperity to each one of you. Having said that, let's begin with today's topic, which is fourth lord in the eighth house. What do you mean by the Lord of the House in Vedic astrology? Now, each planet has got a responsibility of handling either one or two houses. So, this planets become the Lord of those houses. Now, look at this table to see which planet is the Lord of which zodiac sign. So, if you see this table, Mars is the Lord of two zodiac signs, which is Aries and Scorpio. Venus is the lord of two zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. So, in this way, each of the planet has gotten a department to handle either one or two zodiac signs. Now let us try to understand that with an example. Now for example, if in your chart third lord is in the fourth house, so how you conclude whether third lord is in fourth house? So if you see, this is the first house where 12 is written, this is the second house where 1 is written, and this is the third house where 2 is written. Now what is 2? If we have a look at the table, then 2 is nothing but the Taurus zodiac sign. And who is the lord of Taurus zodiac sign? It is Venus. Okay, so what you will say then, lord of the third house is Venus. Okay, because it is the lord of the Taurus zodiac sign. And but where is Venus placed? Now Venus is placed in the fourth house of the birth chart. So this is how you will conclude that third lord is in the fourth house. So today we will check the placement fourth lord in the eighth house. But before that, I have already made detailed videos on what all things can we see from the fourth house as well as from the eighth house. Please go and check that out before proceeding with this video. Also, a small disclaimer. Please note that this is a general prediction depending only on the placement of a lord in a specific house. Accurate results will only come after considering the zodiac sign, planets, dignity of the planets, retrogression, combustion, aspects, nakshatra, ascendant, shadbal, conjunction, and your running time period, which is Mahadasha, Antardasha, etc. Now, fourth house as well as the eighth house, both are part of the Moksha Trikon. The Moksha Trikon in a chart deals with spirituality and liberation in one's life. Now, when the fourth house of happiness is getting linked to the eighth house of sad events in life, this placement shows that difficult experiences that one faces in life eventually leads one to the path of spirituality. Happiness is not easy to find. Okay, one should understand that there is series of negative experiences that one has to go in life to understand the true definition of happiness. Okay, what really happiness means. Okay, materialistic pleasures is not equal to happiness. Okay, so this placement definitely shows that you will find happiness after experiencing series of difficult situation in your life. Now, fourth house is part of the Kendra Trikon. It is the part of the four most basic pillars of one's life, which is 1, 4, 7, 10 houses, which is yourself, your happiness, your spouse, and your career. Now, when this happiness house is getting linked to the Dushtana house, where Dushtana house is not so pleasant house because it deals with scandals, allegations, blame games, misery, sorrowful events, calamities, accidents. Okay, so it's not a pleasant event. One has to go through series of miserable events in life to actually understand the value of true happiness in life. So one will not be able to easily understand the significations of the fourth house or achieve the significations of the fourth house. Okay, one has to go through a difficult path, learn it the hard way, and then will realize the true value of the significations of the fourth house. Now, fourth lord is going five places away and sitting in the eighth house. So, five places away always shows some form of blessing that you are getting due to good deeds done in your past life. So, even if you will face bad events or series of bad situations in your life, there will always be a silver lining, a stroke of luck and fortune with those situations. Maybe when you're going through those negative events in your life, you will feel that, my life is done, nothing good is happening to me. Maybe you are not, you are seeing it from a very short sight. You do not know what long term consequences a certain event is going to bring in your life. So when you will look back in hindsight, maybe certain experiences were necessary in your life to give you some special wisdom, which will be very beneficial for your life going forward. So five places away, there will definitely be some form of silver lining even in the bad situations that one will face. Now, fourth lord is a lord of happiness, and eighth house is a house of sorrow and misery. So, your path to finding true happiness will be the path of sorrow and misery. Okay. Now, fourth lord shows happiness, and eighth house is a house of unfortunate events. So, one will have to deal with sudden unfortunate events in life to understand what true happiness really is. Fourth lord shows happiness, and eighth house is a house of hidden, private, and secret matters. So, if this is badly placed, then one might try to seek happiness in life by involving with a secret partner. Fourth lord shows mother, and eighth house is a house of destruction and rebirth. So there is a possibility of complete identity change either in one's mother or in mother's life, or possibility of a secret mother or stepmother, birth mother situation, maybe like having two mothers. So there is a possibility. Obviously it's not going to happen with everyone. Here we are just discussing what a singular placement shows. Now, fourth lord shows home environment, and eighth house is a house of betrayal, cheating, sadness. So, if this is badly placed, then one might not have had a happy and smooth childhood phase, because fourth house shows the nurturing that one's get in the childhood. There is a possibility of frequent quarrels or some sad situations in one's childhood home. Now, fourth lord shows one's peace of mind, and eighth house is a house of gambling addictions. So when a person doesn't see any light ahead of the tunnel, one might take a negative path to find peace of mind. So if this is badly placed or afflicted, then one might be more inclined to the path of addictions. Okay, it could be sexual, gambling addictions, alcohol addictions, smoking, substance abuse, to satisfy one's mind. So one has to be need to try to restrict all of these addictions in one's life. Fourth lord shows happiness, peace of mind, and eighth house is a house of hidden fears and sorrows. So, if this is badly placed, then one's peace of mind and one's happiness is disturbed due to hidden fears that one has. Okay, one faces lot of mental stress, mental anxiety, tension, and one has a negative mindset, thinking of the worst outcome beforehand because of his or her past experiences which weren't smooth. Now, fourth lord shows education, and eighth house is a house of sudden gains. Okay, eighth house is a house of other people's wealth. So, if this is well placed, then one might get some form of financial assistance. Okay, maybe in the form of scholarships for pursuing one's education, especially in the research fields. Okay, if it is badly placed, then there is a possibility that obstacles and sudden breaks in education is possible, especially if this dasha comes in your age when you are pursuing your education. Now, fourth lord shows happiness, and eighth house is a house of miserable situations in life. So one's happiness and peace of mind here is getting linked to healing from the miserable experiences in life. So this placement clearly shows that you will be going through series of bad situations. You have to learn to heal yourself in a positive way, not healing by going through the path of addictions, but healing in good way, like let's say by following spirituality, by following any occult field which you are interested in, by healing via meditation, yoga. Okay, you have to heal yourself, and after that only you are going to find your true sense of purpose, happiness, and peace of mind. Now, fourth lord shows vehicles, and eighth house is a house of sudden events and calamities. So, if this is badly placed or afflicted, one might have to face vehicular accidents due to sudden events, or in some place where there sudden calamity happens. So, one has to be very cautious, especially when this dasha period is active. Now, fourth lord is a lord of your home, it's a lord of your real estate, and eighth house is a house of sudden events and calamities. So, if this is badly placed or afflicted, then one might lose one's ancestral property or lose one's property due to natural calamities or due to the natural significations of the fourth lord. And then, because eighth house is a house of destruction and rebirth, then if it is lost due to natural calamity, then when one will have to like reconstruct one's real estate. Now, fourth lord shows peace of mind, and eighth house is a house which shows immoral path, crimes. So with this placement, one need to avoid to go to the immoral path, cruel path, or criminal path to satisfy one's mind. One has to avoid this, because the situations and circumstances in your life will be made in such a way that you will have no other option but to think about these paths. Okay, but one has to be mentally strong enough to not enter into any of these paths. Now, fourth lord shows home, real estate, and eighth house is a house of sudden events of gain. So, if this is well placed, then one might gain in the real estate. One might gain either in the form of some housing lottery that one gets, and let's say, this multiple government schemes are there. For example, slum rehabilitation scheme. So, where one did not have a very nice home, but due to this dasha, especially because it is well placed, one might get be a beneficiary of such schemes, where one gets a comparatively very nicer home and a bigger home area. Now, fourth lord shows peace of mind, and eighth house is a house of secret text. So, if this is well placed, then one might get guidance from sacred text, scriptures, occult text, okay, astrological text. One might get these kind of advices at the right place and in the right time, and one might be able to benefit from it. Now, fourth lord shows one's house, and eighth house is a house of gambling activities. So, if this is well placed, okay, and the dasha is running, and if gets linked with the 11th house in the natal chart or in the transit, okay, and when the dasha period is supportive, then one might benefit from the gambling and lottery, especially housing lottery, because it is the fourth lord. Okay, everything should be in place in favorable situations to for this to happen. Now, fourth lord shows one's heart, breast, chest, and peace of mind. And eighth house is a house of incurable diseases. So, if this is badly placed or afflicted, then one might face incurable diseases related to heart, breast, chest, or mental issues. Okay, because fourth lord is a lord of the peace of mind. Okay, how your mental state is. Okay, or any health issues related to the significations of the fourth lord. Now, fourth lord shows private setting. Okay, so what happens in the four walls of one's home. And eighth house is a house of private activities. So one might be sensual in nature and wants to enjoy physical pleasures and comforts in life. Fourth lord shows real estate, and eighth house is a house of calamities. So one's property might get hit due to natural calamities or disasters. Obviously, not everyone. We have to see the entire chart for it. And one might, there is a possibility of acquiring a property in some form of distressed sales. Now, fourth lord shows mother, and eighth house is a house of incurable diseases. So, if this is badly placed or afflicted, then one's mother might have to face some form of incurable or long term disease. Fourth lord shows domestic happiness, okay, marital happiness, and eighth house is a house of sorrow and misery. So your marital happiness is going in the house of sorrow and misery. So if this is badly placed, it is not a good combination for domestic happiness, marital happiness. Initially it will definitely not be smooth. One will have to overcome difficult, miserable situations in life, understanding each other, and then only some form of domestic happiness will come. Now, fourth lord shows home, real estate, and eighth house is a house of hidden activities, fraud, cheating. So, if this is badly placed, afflicted, there is possibility of some person capturing your real estate. Okay, so this placement is not very comfortable for owning real estate. It is better to take advice or consult some astrologer before moving ahead with the decision of buying a real estate. Fourth lord shows home, real estate, and eighth house is a house of hidden activities, fraud, cheating, etc. So, if this is badly placed or afflicted, then one might do tax evasions and keep those unaccounted wealth hidden in one's home, because eighth house also shows the tax fraud. Okay, or one might purchase a real estate with the wealth which was hidden from the hidden wealth. Okay, so that one doesn't have to pay taxes. So any of these situations is possible. Fourth lord shows home, and eighth house is a house which shows events of destruction and rebirth. So one might have to constantly change homes with this placement. With this placement, I think it is better to live on rent, to constantly change homes. So this, okay, will be much favorable than owning one's own home. Fourth lord shows home environment, and eighth house is a house of privacy and secrecy. So with this placement, one might have a very private and secret home life, which one is not comfortable. One is not comfortable to discuss it publicly. Fourth lord shows real estate, and eighth house is the house of inheritance. So if this is well placed, one might gain suddenly, especially due to inheritance in the form of real estate. But if this is badly placed, then one might have to struggle due to dispute in the real estate or loss of inheritance. Fourth lord shows one's mother, and eighth house is a house of ups and downs, fluctuations. So if this is badly placed, then one might not have a very smooth and cordial relationship with one's mother. Fourth lord shows real estate, and eighth house is a house of hidden, private, secret activities. So one might have hidden properties, hidden real estate, or offshore real estate investment, which is totally unknown to the rest of the world. Fourth lord shows mother, and eighth house is a house of ups and downs, fluctuation. So if this is badly placed, afflicted, one's mother's life might have been full of obstacles, struggles, and ups and downs. Mother's life has not been easy. Fourth lord shows real estate, and eighth house is a house of privacy and secrecy. So there is a possibility of with this placement that someone you might probably invest in some real estate piece of land due to some advanced hidden tips or hidden news that you receive way ahead than the general public. Fourth lord shows happiness, peace of mind, and eighth house is a house of your spouse's assets, your spouse's saving. Eighth house is a house of your in-laws. So if this is well placed, one might get happiness and peace of mind due to your spouse's savings and assets. One might get happiness and peace of mind due to one's in-laws. Fourth lord shows home, real estate, and eighth house is a house of cheating, theft, betrayal. So, if this is badly placed, afflicted, then one might experience betrayal or cheating, theft, fraud in home or in one's home environment or in the matters of real estate investment. Fourth lord shows education, teaching, and eighth house is a house of unconventional paths. So one might be a teacher of some deep research subjects, healer, astrologer, therapist, addiction counselor, tax consultant, accountant, scientist, researcher. One might also have one might also be interested to work as a psychologist, crime investigator, detective, secret service agent, surgeon, okay, working in the pregnancy wards, occult, forensic department. So one might be interested in any of these fields. Fourth lord shows home environment, and eighth house is a house of destruction and rebirth. So one might settle far away from one's place of birth or away from one's family, especially to work in the research fields or any of the fields which was mentioned before. Now, fourth lord sitting in the eighth house is giving its seventh aspect on the second house of family and savings. So, okay, fluctuations in your savings and wealth due to sudden events in the matters related to your real estate or in the matters related to mother's illness or because of your unstable mind, depression. Okay, it is possible fluctuations in your wealth due to any of these reasons is possible. I will in future make separate videos with different type of planet as the fourth lord in the eighth house. If you have this placement in your chart, please do mention your experiences in the comments section. I hope you guys must have liked the video. Please do not forget to subscribe the channel. Also, please do let me know in the comments section below what more videos would you like to see. Thank you.